I have told you already a few days ago what prayer did to Moses, how it changed his appearance and made his face glow. In today's first reading, you realize that prayer did more than that to Moses. It had a very profound effect on his character and personality. Our reading today says Moses became not only meek and humble, but also merciful and forgiving. The story in the book of Numbers gives a very unflattering account about Miriam, the sister of Moses, and Aaron, his spokesman. For me, it must be one of the clearest references in the Bible about racism and how it provoked the Lord. The Lord got really angry. And we're told that Moses had married a black woman. So why do we know that she was black? Well, because she is described as a Cushite. She comes from Cush, meaning an Ethiopian. Cush was the ancient name of Ethiopia. But you know, among the Africans, the Ethiopians are known to stand out in terms of beauty and height. But even that did not seem to be favorable enough for Miriam and Aaron. Both of them are expressing their disappointment with Moses over his decision to marry a girl who did not belong to their race. Hindi siya kalahi. It is for this reason that now they're questioning Moses' sense of discernment. They say, does the Lord let his mind known only to Moses? Does the Lord not speak through us also? In plain language, what Miriam and Aaron are expressing is, hindi kaya dapat na konsulta rin kami dito? Should we not have been consulted about this also? But the writer tells us God really got angry. God got angry. And I believe it was because of their racist attitude. You know, until nowadays, there are a lot of people who equate beauty with being white or with being fair-skinned. Look, what a big industry the skin whitening products are in the Philippines. And it's ridiculous. People who are morena, a bit dark, trying hard, to become white and fair-skinned as if dark was ugly. Wasn't there a time in our own history when only the fair-skinned mestizos and mestizas were considered as the actor type or the actress material? In Tagalog, tipong artistahin. Pag tisoy o tisay, artistahin kuno. But one of the things that we should be proud of is what happened in the 70s. Yun yung panahon ni Nor Aunor. I think it was a reaction to our own racist tendencies. When some celebrities or some, young people became celebrities, not because they were mestizos or mestizas. They looked very ordinary. Listen to how the author describes the punishment of Miriam for not wanting a black woman for sister-in-law. You know what happened to her? Pumuti siya. She became white as a leper, says the reading. Or even worse, like a stillborn baby that comes forth from its mother's womb with its flesh half consumed. Ang tawag sa ganito parang poetic justice. The woman who did not like her black sister-in-law turned white as snow, but with leprosy. Napuno siya ng piksa, a pus. And yet Moses himself even intercedes to God for forgiveness on behalf of his sister. Ang nagkasala yung kapatid niya, but he says, "Forgive us, Lord." He does not exclude himself. You know, among the four Gospels, it is St. Luke who says Jesus was at prayer when he was transfigured before Peter, James, and John. I've told you this many times before. Now, in our Gospel today from Matthew, we also hear that Jesus was at prayer when his disciples experienced a storm at sea and they saw Jesus walking on water. I wonder if Matthew is suggesting that through prayer, Jesus remained connected to his disciples, even from far away, and that he became aware of the storm at sea, which the disciples were experiencing right at that very moment. When I was in high school, I remember reading a short story written by Leo Tolstoy. It was a story about three old hermits who met a bishop whose boat had to dock for repair in a nearby island. Namasyal ang obispo to a neighboring island and encountered the three hermits. And the bishop was surprised to know that these three hermits were Christians. At least they called themselves Christians. But when he quizzed them, they did not know one single Christian prayer. The only prayer that they knew, which they always recited in unison, was, "Three are ye, three are we, have mercy on us." Three are ye, three are we, have mercy on us. And so the bishop laughed and he said, "Oh, I will teach you the proper way of praying." And he taught them Our Father. But since they were quite old already, it took them several days to memorize the Lord's Prayer. And on the day that the bishop departed, and the three hermits said goodbye, after about an hour, the captain shouted and called the attention of the bishop. And he was looking through his binoculars and he said, "Bishop, the three old hermits, they were walking on water to the direction of the ship. And when they got near the boat, they shouted and said, 'Dear Bishop, we forgot what goes after thy kingdom come.'" You're supposed to laugh at that. And the bishop was still amazed. Nakanganga siyang ganyan. He was so amazed at what he was seeing. And he asked the three hermits to recite again their prayer, and which they said together in unison and with pride. They said, "Three are ye, three are we, have mercy on us." And the bishop very humbly said to them, "My dear old hermits, that is good enough. Forget about what I taught you. Please pray to God. Pray for my soul. Pray for mercy for my soul." How could the prayer not be good enough if they, with such a prayer, could walk on water, and he, with all his theology, could not? Matthew must be trying to tell us in this gospel that Jesus did not just teach his disciples how to pray. He also taught them how to walk on water. He taught them the prayer that could give them the courage to walk on even through the most turbulent times, to walk on through the wind, through the rain, through the calamity, through the crisis, like this terrible pandemic that we are going through. Just walk on. I hope you at least noticed the little bit of humor that Matthew is suggesting in this gospel. Look, the professional fisherman, Peter, who should be the expert at sea, abay siyang nalulunod bigla. And he's going to be saved from drowning by the carpenter from Nazareth. Isn't that funny? I think the story was meant to be funny. As funny as that first meeting by the lake shore when the professional fisherman came home and caught nothing, only to be taught by the carpenter from Nazareth how to catch fish. Isn't that funny? Well, brothers and sisters, with prayer, we can also learn to walk on through the storms of life. But do not forget, it takes just one baby step at a time. Just one baby step at a time.